Hi everyone, my name is Margarette, formerly Margarette Che, pronounced Che because it's Ghanaian. I won Miss Caribbean and Commonwealth in 1986. It was a really prestigious event and an affair, and I'd always heard about this competition and never thought about entering a beauty pageant. But I met somebody who, just on the street actually, who said it gave me a flyer and said, "Have you ever heard about this competition?" I said, "No," and he said, "I really think that you should enter." So I entered. It took place on a boat going to Holland, which was fantastic. How amazing. I think the only time I'd ever been on a ferry was when I went shopping to France, and this was way beyond anything that I could have ever imagined. And I believe at that time it may have been one of the first events to actually take part on a boat. The girls, one thing that I really remember about the event is you think about beauty pageants and you think that there's going to be some in-house fighting and sort of bitchiness, but there wasn't. The girls were really, really supportive, and I found that quite unusual because you would think for a beauty pageant it wouldn't be like that. And we became like one family. We spent some time on the boat, and when we docked it was really wonderful. Why it was so special for me when I heard that I won was because I was the first African to win. My parentage is Ghanaian and my heritage is Ghanaian. I was born and raised in London, but I have Ghanaian parents. Even at the time when I won it, I can remember people thinking, "Oh, but she's not from the Caribbean," not realising, I think some people didn't realise that Ghana was a part of the Commonwealth. That made me feel really proud. I know for a fact my mum told me that back home in Ghana, it was on the local radio in Tree. And whilst growing up, I'd often been too fair to be considered African. Suddenly I was okay, and that was a good thing, and I loved that. And I would insist on speaking Tree to anybody that would listen so that I could prove my Ghanaian heritage. I had amazing opportunities whilst I didn't get to go to Ghana because at the time something happened, so I went to St. Lucia. I had a fantastic chaperone who I remember to this day called Anne-Marie. I met the president, the Prime Minister of St. Lucia. I went to some functions. I remember taking part in a local carnival and being on the float, and it was in the local newspapers. And my time and my reign and my memories of Miss Caribbean and Commonwealth were amazing. And Clayton, who was the leader and the founder of the competition, and his wife always made us feel really special, made us feel like their own children, and everybody was treated as though you were part of a family. So my memories of Miss Caribbean and Commonwealth are one of great pride, and I am I'm grateful to this day that I took part. I'm grateful that I won, and I often remind my 4 daughters, just to hold it down because their mum was Miss Caribbean and Commonwealth.